Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my boy, my Ramley, point guard extraordinaire, fake ass DJ, USC alum, but UCSD alum first, Mr. Rodney Lusain. What up, my dude?
I'm all good. Play Bizzle. How you?
I'm chilling, I'm chilling, I'm chilling. I thought we had intro music.
Yeah, man. March Madness lover. Add that to my list.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Come get us, CBS. Uh Nah, man. I love I love that song, dude. Like that takes me back to being 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the first level of basketball I ever wanted to play was college basketball. Like I wanted to play pro, you know what I'm saying? Of course, but I fell in love with Big Monday. You know what I'm saying? Georgetown, St. John's, Syracuse,
Mm,
and then having Stevie Thompson being from Crenshaw, like that was unbelievable to me. Like this nigga's playing on Syracuse, like that's in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like it made me realize like your game can translate. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't have to just stay in LA and play. Like this nigga's running power forward for Syracuse at 6'3". Like that. Clearly that stuck in my head, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the first craziest realizations I had in hoop. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? They letting him do that. So that song just takes me back. Do they even play that still?
not really. Nah.
Right,
CBS
right.
got a different one. That was their classic one. That's from '80s.
90s.
Right, but
Yeah.
they got a different one now.
Cause they even switched up One Shining Moment.
Right.
I mean, it's still the same song, but it's not the same person. Is it Luther now? Or it was Luther?
Yeah, Luther's got like he's got the main version. Like I think if you Google One Shining Moment, his version of it's gonna come up first. But his
Right.
wasn't the original version.
Mm,
Like it's probably been at least two or three versions. And I think
right.
they
Six.
did try to move on from Luther. But I think last year they came back to him. I think people was like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like,
Right.
that's Luther.
Right. Nah. Nah.
You want somebody
Man.
other than Luther. Once Luther touch it, it's his.
Right. Nah. That song, those songs, like, man, they just bring back such great basketball memories for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, yeah, nah, just seeing all the squad they show when the One Shining Moment is playing, like, even if your squad went out in the first round, they try to get a quick something to y'all. And for that squad, that's everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they gonna show, was it High Point?
Right.
High Point? When they show High Point and the shit at the end, High Point is gonna go nuts. You know what I'm
Oh, that's
saying?
nice.
Yeah. Prairie View, you know what I'm saying? When they show Prairie View getting routed by 59, they're not gonna care less what the final score was. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like to me, that's the part about the tournament that's different than I mean, it's a lot of shit, but that's different than pro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. I guess you do get moments like that in the pros. I don't know, maybe because I was gonna say these is lifelong memories, but you make lifelong memories in the pros too. But I just think it's different because a lot of these dudes ain't gonna go on to play hoop no more. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be doctors and dentists and working at Enterprise Rental. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna have these stories about their college career that people gonna be like, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Because like, do you remember that nigga Pittsnoggle from West Virginia?
Yeah.
He a principal now.
Is that right?
And he gray beard, you know what I'm saying? Gray goat, long goatee shit. And it's funny because he's talking about how, every now and then his kids will Google his shit. and come to him like, dude, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like we know who he is, you know what I mean? But like he didn't really go on to have a great NBA career, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga's a principal now, you know what I'm saying? Like a good, honest to goodness job. But he got this part of his history from his years at West Virginia that's never gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And so that's, I mean, and again, I'm sure you get that with the league too, but this seems like a more pure version. You know what I'm saying? Even though now with the NIL, it's not as pure as it once was, but I feel like these moments are still like genuine moments. You know what I'm saying? Because even though a lot of these niggas are getting paid, a lot of them ain't gonna go on to play more hoop. It was the St. John's game where dude hadn't scored all game and scored the winning bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude. I'm saying.
And it's a trip because as soon as you was like, it's pure, and my mind went exactly where yours went. Like, all right, I mean, it's relatively still pure, but we was talking about Peterson yesterday,
Right. Nah.
and OG Russ Brown gave us the inside story that Peterson maybe didn't get all his NIL money, and so that's why he like, all right, man, I ain't going balls
Y'all
to the
pay me
wall.
half my money. I'm playing half the time. You know what I'm saying?
But
Nah, and that's
on that play again from St. John's, it should have been Darren Peterson and help. Like dude drove,
no.
and dude's a lefty, so they was making him go right, and he drove right by Peterson.
Mm,
And then you can see
mm.
Peterson in the background, like jumping, like, please miss this. And it was just a trip to see him as polished as he is and clearly thinking about money and how much y'all paying me and I'm ready to go to the league. Like, he was hurt by that. And so it got me to thinking, like, dude, like, he's only 1 year out of high school. Like, he's still a kid.
I say deep down, these are still 19-year-old kids. They once they get on the court, they still feel the same way about hoop. And that's why I was saying about the purity. And it's crazy because they was talking about some of the coaches, how some of the coaches quit, like Jay Wright, Bennett, the nigga that the Lakers just hired. You know what I'm saying? They was like they quit because they couldn't deal with this new NIL part. They was like, once we get on the court, that's the sanctuary. That's like the reward for all the bullshit you got to put up with just to get on the court and coach. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying how a lot of not a lot, but those coaches didn't want to do that. And it's the same thing with the kids. They can ask for money now. They getting money. They're making millions. But when you get on the court, you still a 19-year-old, like you said. Last year and this time, he was doing this in the high school tournament. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have no experience to dig into. You know what I mean? Like this is his first look at this. And I don't care how much money you making, all that NIL, the tournament is still a big deal. Like the pressure for them dudes, you know what I'm saying? It's a tournament game. Like I'm I'm sure the last thing well, I can't say that. I was about to say I'm sure the last thing on his mind was the NIL at that point. But knowing him, it might not have been the last thing on his mind.
Nah,
It might have been
his body language showed he cared. Like he
right,
was like,
right,
damn.
right. Now, and that's how I feel that ultimately once the ball is thrown up, you forget about all that shit for those 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe right after it's over, you back on, okay, where's my bread? But well, let me just say, you better have that. If you don't have that, then I don't want you on my squad. You know what I'm saying? If once the ball is tipped, you still thinking about all that other shit, then you're not gonna make it. Like you may be able to do cool in college, but you're not gonna make it in the league with that attitude. Like the league is a whole different. I mean, we've had this conversation about how his career gonna end up. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I've been saying Kawhi and Embiid, and you was like, if he end up like any one of those, he won't be a bust. You know what I'm saying? And you right. But I was talking about more like the mentality of I'll sit out on a whim, you know what I'm saying? Or Embiid honestly been hurt, but like Kawhi more, I'm just sitting out. But then somebody I heard recently brought up Ben Simmons.
Mm.
And I was like, ooh, that's a better example. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't reach the Kawhi and Embiid stage that you talking about. Because when you said that, I was like, nah, you right. Even as hurt as Embiid been, he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So if Darren Peterson do that, ain't nobody gonna be mad. You right. But if he give you more like a Ben Simmons, that's where it would make it where it's like, okay, because Ben Simmons was the number one pick. And wasn't nobody really like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't really no red flags at that point.
No, I feel like at least 2 years in, it was still like, okay, the
This
process
has
is
been
working,
cool. Right,
right? Like
right,
they have freaked this process.
right.
Other
Nah,
teams was like, how can we do the
take.
process?
Right. Nah, you right. You
And
right.
then just something happened. I don't know what it was, but it just something happened. And I don't even know how much of it was physical as much as mental. Like, I don't think of him. When you say Ben Simmons, the first thought that goes through my mind is him just being a mental case, like not wanting to shoot jumpers, all the rest of that. I don't even did he have a I mean, that mental stuff has so overwhelmed anything else that might have been out there about him. Did he have a case where he was always trying to take days off and not play and
Well, more just his love of the game. Because when you were saying how the mental, I was like, yeah, the shit that happened to him was mental, but it was partly because you're not working on your game. Because if you was working on your jumper with a real shooting coach, it wouldn't have got to the point where it was mental. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he was doing all the Kardashian shit during the summer when it was time to really hoop. He hadn't been working on his game. And if you out there choking in front of 15 to 20,000 people nightly, then yeah, it is gonna become mental. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with the league. Once the game starts, you ain't really got no time to practice. You your practice got to be in the summers. You know what I'm saying? And he clearly wasn't doing that, and that's what I feel like is more of the Darren Peterson part. Where how much is he really gonna want to work on his game once he get to the league? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I stated my case about him early on when he was still hot that I didn't think, you know what I'm saying? I had kind of conceded that he would be the number one pick, but I was clearly saying he will not have the best pro career out of this draft. And now I think he may have lost the number one pick. I'm giving that to Ibanza, dude from BYU, you know what I'm saying? At this moment.
yeah, nah, and I threw him for him longer than most people in my hoop circle. Like most people is like, nah, dude, you can't be sitting out games because of cramps. And I said last week, like I can't unsee the Kobe comparison. Now,
Not and that's still there.
yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
it's
And that's what's gonna seduce somebody into taking him.
nah. I'm off that train now. Like he needed to kill this tournament, and he was cool. Like it's gonna come out. He averaged 25 a game, but it
They
was
only played two, they played one or two games.
2 games.
Two.
He scored 49 points in two
Mm,
games.
mm.
But didn't shoot a good percentage. Um, didn't get it done. Like the play he made, the defense that last bucket. I mean, it's like fundamental day one install. Like if I was coaching JV and one of my players played
Blew
that
that.
play the way he did, I would be hot. I would be like, dude, it ain't no way in the world you supposed to just watch the ball dribble unless you on a knockdown shooter like Curry. Like if you guarding Steph, then okay.
And even at that point of the game, you give that as opposed to a layup.
Right.
You know what I'm
Because it
saying?
wasn't no guarantee that they was going to be able to get it off in time if he passed it. And so, yeah, I mean, as much as I want to say, all right, he's 19 and,
But so are all these kids. All the choices you're going to have in the top five is going to be 19-year-olds. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So that can't be his excuse. Because
In
some of
terms
these
of
dudes
why
ain't
he
even
didn't, I don't know, in terms of why, like, that one defensive play, it's going to be hard to knock him down the draft board because of that. Like, if he
right. But
comes,
that's not the only thing, though.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's had baggage pretty much from day one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part though, is his game is comparable to Kobe. Like, do you know how outlandish that is? Like, if you got that label, you supposed to adopt a Mamba mentality. Like, you should not let that kind of comparison go to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's putting that on you, you need to be, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what that route leads to. Like, if somebody told me I was on that route, I'd be like, what can I do to get as close, you know what I'm saying? Even halfway through the shit that he did.
But what's a trip about this is we had all the baby Jordans, the next Jordans. Like, we can
Mhm.
count 5 different dudes that was
Right,
supposed to be the next Jordan.
right.
Ain't nobody ever really said, all right, that's
The
Kobe like,
next
or that's the
Kobe.
next Mamba. Like, ain't
Right.
it's a,
Nah.
that don't
No,
come up. And so when it come up, it's like, oh, like you can't, people don't throw that around, especially since he's dead and gone. Like
right.
you revere his name a lot more. And so you're right. The fact that they put it on him,
And he not trying to live up to it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tatum,
Mm.
they ain't put it on Tatum, but he wants it. You know what I'm saying? Like he wore the Kobe wristband during the Celtic game in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like Darren Peterson has shown none of that. Like nobody even said Tatum is the next Kobe. Nobody ever said that. You know what I'm saying? But he's did that. Like he is like, I'm gonna do that. I wanted that. You know what I'm saying?
Please compare me to
Right,
Kobe.
right, right. Y'all should have drafted me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Instead of Lonzo ass. But nah, like that's what I would want to see out of Peterson. If he had some of that in him, then I would have no question. Like, yeah, this dude. You know what I'm saying? But he don't. And I heard some other shit where he's like, I've always been kind of like a loner into myself. I mean, again, that's cool, but it's like, man, that's not what I really want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe was like that, but he was by himself working. You know what I'm saying? You can't play because of cramps, my nigga. Like that's hydration. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's your fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
That's your that's your fault, my nigga. You
Kansas is
can't
trying to hydrate you. Like
you
they
right.
paying dudes hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep
You
cats.
hydrated.
Right.
Nah, exactly. If that's your excuse, because I remember that happened to Ant in like the Western Conference Finals, or maybe did they make the finals?
Which ant?
Edwards.
Oh, yeah, they made the conference finals.
Oh, the NBA finals.
Nah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was in the conference finals then, though, where he at the end of the game he had cramps.
Mm.
I think he eventually played through it, but whenever I hear a nigga coming out with cramps, I'm like, yo, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nigga, you
that's at
professional.
the end of a long postseason where you playing against the same niggas
Nah, you
six,
right.
7 games in a row that know your shit.
You exerting max energy, no doubt. That gives Ant more of an excuse than Darren Peterson, though.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? He cramping up after a half. But I just feel like cramps, I mean, that's part of your job. You know what I'm saying? Like in college, okay, maybe they're not professional, but they are getting paid now. And somebody else spoke on that. The fact that these niggas getting paid, we don't have to have the silk gloves when we talking about them no more. Remember, it used to be like, man, don't talk to these college kids, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, hold on, nigga, they making more than me. You know what I'm saying? They are up for scrutiny. Like they are up to be, you know what I mean? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I feel like LeBron spends $1 million a year on his health. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to be to that level, but you can't be at ground zero where you like, I'm getting dehydrated. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
And
I
then
heard
go ahead.
I heard somebody else speak on him that was actually like, there are red flags with him. You know what I'm saying? There's like this shit that he's doing, there are red flags. Like, let's not sugarcoat it and call it nothing else. You know what I'm saying? The hydration shit, the not playing, those are red flags. Like we can't call it nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And when they said that, I was like, ooh, that's the first time I ever heard that someone called it out as like, yo, these are signals that this dude could be a bust. Like no one's really mentioned that. Like everyone's still like, nah, he's still number one or number two. You know what I'm saying? But someone on the radio today was like, yo, those things are red flags. Like he's still gonna go high. But if it don't pan out, don't say we did not even see this coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, he letting you know what he's about. I mean, I don't know. Can't I'm trying to think of somebody that worked with.
Just what questionable college work ethic and
And,
whatnot, and
right. And just really I'm about the money part of the league. Like usually those dudes, once they get paid, it's a wrap.
yeah, nah, I feel like Embiid didn't play a lot in college to me.
No, he
Well,
didn't.
huh?
He didn't. He got hurt.
And then still got drafted high. And I remember you was high on him, and I
Nah,
was
I
like,
loved
really?
his game.
I was like, how could you?
I loved his game
Because
because he
this was on the heels of Hassim Thabit,
right.
who you also loved, and it was
I
like,
did.
this is
But
another
what
7
Embiid
three.
had was really the first big man that was shooting the three.
Mm.
He was the first Shaq sized dude. I was like, this dude shoots the real three. You know what I'm saying? That was my intrigue about him. And I mean, now everybody, you can't play as a big without having that.
Right. And then I mean he sat out at least the first 2 or 3 in the league.
For sure, his rookie year.
And it was just like, I mean, but it all paid off. When he eventually got on the floor, it's like, oh damn, okay.
Right. But did it pay off though?
Yeah.
Because they back in that same position. I mean, they never got to a conference final. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they missed the playoffs quite a bit. Like,
Nah, he's not, I mean, he wasn't the one pick either, first of all, but nah, he's more than justified. He's probably 2, 3 contracts in, deserved every penny he got.
but now
Still
those are bad contracts. Well, at
uh,
least the one he's under now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the first one they feel like, okay, that was fair, but this one, they can't trade him. You know what I'm saying? They basically can't trade the dude because the contract is so bad. I don't know. I feel like what he's shown has been greatness, but it haven't been long enough and they haven't won enough with it that basically the team is back in the same position. Y'all back a lottery team, you know what I'm saying? Y'all back looking to start over. Like, if you had told them that's what we signed up for, I don't know if they would have felt like, you know what I'm saying, it was worth it. The process.
Right. Nah, because it was some about how Markel Folks, and
Another number one pick.
that's what folked it up. Because
Nah.
they drafted him ahead of Lonzo and Tatum,
Right.
and probably Spider Mitchell wasn't Spider in that draft.
Probably.
I know De'Aaron
Uh,
Fox was.
right. I'm about to say De'Aaron Fox because he was killing Lonzo, and you were speaking on that back then.
Right.
Like, dude, this nigga keeps killing Lonzo, and y'all want Lonzo?
Right. But yeah, he just signed a 10-day.
Who?
Markel Folks.
He did? With who?
I don't know.
Mm.
He
Nah,
literally
that was one.
it was one of the headlines on ESPN.com. Former number one pick Folks signs a 10-day contract. And so, I mean, Philly could, I mean, shit, we was talking about Ben Simmons, Folks.
And Embiid.
To me, it's not even a comparison. Like, Embiid, you take what Embiid has given, you will take that 10 times out of 10 over them other two.
No doubt. And Embiid wasn't the number one pick.
Right.
Those other two were. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like Embiid is a disappointment because of what he's shown. You know what I'm saying? What you see when he's out there, you like, man, the fact that we haven't gotten this for more than just half the time, that's disappointing. And I feel like eventually that's what's gonna happen with Darren Peterson. And I don't know. I don't know. I hate bashing the dude, you know what I'm saying? But it's just from where he sits, that's how you get analyzed. You know what I'm saying? Unless you Bronny James, where they analyzing you like that and you the 50th pick in the draft. But a top three pick, you know, we gonna be looking at it from all angles. Like I mean, we're not saying you don't have game. I think that goes without question. The fact that you even be considered at this at this point. But it's like you spending so much for a car, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's just a little scratch, but damn nigga, I'm paying 500,000 for this car. Can y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all can't buff this out before I take it off the lot. Now, if I'm just buying a used car for 2,500, it can have scratches that all over it, and I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how this is. Like, you know, because again, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing a 19-year-old, but it's just this is going to be an organizational changing draft for multiple franchises. You know what I'm saying? This draft is loaded. Like if you miss in this draft, you're gonna get fired. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? If you pick somebody and then somebody else a couple picks later blows up, you are going to get fired. And that's gonna happen for sure in this draft. It's not gonna just go, they draft by best player and they end up all in that order. You know what I'm saying? The number one dude ends up the best, the number two ends up second. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be somebody that falls in the middle, or maybe not even in the middle, you know what I'm saying? But just not them top three or four dudes that's gonna, man. And you know who I'm already thinking about.
No, I don't. Who?
A-Cuff.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's the one that's not gonna go as high as these other dudes. And then 2, 3 years down the road, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, why was we taking Cam Boozer ahead of him?
Yeah, nah, this 2017 draft, because I remember we debated this draft a lot because it was so many dope point guards. And I remember saying, I've never, because Markel Fultz was supposedly a point guard.
or a combo guard at least.
And so he went first, Lonzo second, Tatum third, Josh Jackson fourth. So that was a miss. De'Aaron
Josh
Fox,
Jackson, he's out the league. Was he from Michigan?
Kansas.
Kansas. Oh,
Right. He went fourth.
wow.
De'Aaron Fox fifth. Lauri Markkinen went seventh.
Who's still cool?
Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, to the Knicks. So the Knicks pass, it's gonna be somebody coming up after that. Cause I remember Stephen A was hot
Oh,
that when they took.
it's Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, right. Because Melakina's from France, right?
Right.
They passed up. They took him over Donovan Mitchell
Dennis Smith Jr., who was another one of them freshman point guards that I loved.
from Louisville.
Nah, well, he went to NC State.
Because he's out the league. He
Malik
had
Monk.
mad ups, right?
Right. Malik Monk, Luke Kennard.
Okay. Malik Monk was that high?
Yeah, he was teammates with De'Aaron Fox, like
Right.
probably.
Oh, that was that backcourt. That's
Right.
right. Because they played together in Sacktown.
Right.
Okay.
And Donovan Mitchell went 13th. That's probably the end of the lotto. Then the first non-lotto pick was Bam Adebayo.
All for Kentucky. Kentucky was loaded. Fox, Malik, and Bam.
Jared Allen went later. OG Anunoby, but nah. I mean,
See,
the last draft you was this hyped about was the draft with homeboy that's at Detroit. Who was that?
K.
Cade. You really
Okay.
loved that draft. You felt like that draft.
What year was that?
2021. Cade
Mm.
Cunningham first, Jalen Green second, Evan Mobley third, Scotty Barnes fourth,
Okay.
Jalen Suggs fifth, Josh Giddey,
He's been cool.
Franz Wagner, shit.
Uh,
Davion Mitchell, who I love,
he was
still
with Sacktown.
off night.
Right. That
Albert
didn't trans.
Sengun. You said Sengun?
No. I was saying that didn't translate to the league. Off night.
You don't think? I still fuck with off night.
He's still with Sacramento.
Nah, he with Miami now.
Uh.
You right. He ain't off night no more. Like niggas get they buckets on him.
Right. He gets cooked. They're like off night. Come here, nigga. I need to get my shit loose off of you.
About to be my night.
Yeah, don't take off night out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But wait, who did you say was the 2 pick?
Jalen Green.
Okay, yeah, he's the one that's he with Phoenix. He's, the other top 3 or 4, I feel like have really gave you what you wanted. Jalen Green already got moved.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's still got potential though. Yeah, he's still not a wash up yet. If in the right situation, he can still, you know what I'm saying, flourish. But them other dudes, like you said, Mobley was 3.
2. Yo, no, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, K. Yeah, they all of those dudes are like, basically turned their franchises around or helped turn it around if it wasn't them by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them teams is drafting that high no more.
Oklahoma City drafted Albrin Sengun.
And traded him for who? Damn, imagine if they had Shangoon. Damn. That's the fake Joker.
And then Jalen Johnson went late at that draft. Because this time last Monday, you was like, Orlando just lost to Atlanta.
Oh, right.
Not
They
knowing
did.
Atlanta.
Have won 9 in a row, but we beat Orlando.
Right. And Jalen Johnson he was an all-star this year.
Nah, he's nice. What number was he?
20th.
See, that's how this draft is gonna be. It's gonna be nuggets like that down at 20. You know what I'm saying? So who Jalen Green got drafted by Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, they haven't fired their person yet because they still making moves, but that's a fireable offense. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be some worse cases than that. Like this, that draft is still, you know what I'm saying? I mean, actually though, most of those dudes you kind of know what you already gonna get, but it's not set in stone yet. You know what I'm saying? Some of those dudes, like Jalen Green, could still turn into a star. You know what I'm saying? But he's already on his second squad. Like some of them other dudes, these those teams are like trade Cade or trade Mobley or Jalen. I mean, even Jalen Johnson being down there at 20. Like, where was he out of?
Duke.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay.
Straight
Okay.
Duke.
Okay. Nah. But you're right. I am hyped for this draft. Like it's I mean, I don't even want to say it's gonna be somebody for the Lakers because we ain't played no rookies, you know what I'm saying? It's so long, but it could still be something cool when we pick available. But we probably would pass on it.
We do have our draft pick.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna be able to free up like after this season, we're gonna be able to free up trading like more of our picks. Like I feel like we only can trade 2 right now, but after the season and going into the draft, we'll be able to trade 3. And that's why they say we in the Giannis conversation. Cause they like since they waiting for the off season, we gonna be able to offer them niggas at least 3 first.
Mm.
And at this point, if they don't take that,
I mean, they gonna have
other suitors,
other dope packages.
I mean, they saying the packages ain't gonna be as dope as you think.
Mm.
Like it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna just be a long ass line. They was like the Knicks. The Knicks is one, but they don't have as many first round picks to offer. But then they're gonna be able to offer something like a cat. And do you want that or do you want picks to start with? And it's like if you're not really feeling cat like that as somebody we gonna build around, then we want more picks. I don't know. That's we went off on a we went off on a tangent on that one.
Right. Because it was still some shit in the tournament that I wanted to get on, such as Florida.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I had them winning it.
Yeah, I had them to the 8, losing to Houston in Houston.
Mm.
I mean, they was the 4. Houston was they was the fourth 1 seed. Florida was, and Houston was the top 2
Two
seed.
seed.
So
Was Florida the fourth one?
yeah,
Oh really?
Duke, Arizona, and Michigan was easily 1, 2, 3.
Mm. Okay.
Um, yeah, because they were saying because Florida lost their conference like semifinal, they didn't even make it to the chip of the SEC conference. And
Mm.
going into the final day, there was like if St. John's or Houston had won their conference championship, then they could have bumped Florida for that last one. So all that to
But
say,
St. John's ain't a four. They wasn't even a 2 though.
no, what are you talking about, St. John's? Who I said St. John's?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I meant Connecticut. No,
Oh,
what did I
okay.
say?
Okay. You said
They
St. John's or Houston when they
okay,
tournament. They
no,
were
okay, my bad. I meant Connecticut or Houston.
okay.
If
Okay. So
Connecticut,
Connecticut was a 2.
yeah.
Okay.
If they had won the Big East tournament, then they were saying they could have bumped Florida.
Mm. Nah, that was man. That took a lot of joy out the tournament for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still watching the tournament for the moments. It's still the tournament, but it's like UCSD didn't make it. The team I predicted to win it lost in the first weekend. Rap's son went out early. Like all the little stories I wanted to root for died quick. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure a story gonna emerge next weekend, but it ain't a story that I'm really attached to like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
I mean, you still on A cuff.
oh well, yeah, nah,
And it's
nah,
good because I'm looking at this mock as we continue to just effortlessly weave between NCAA.
and pro,
But yeah, Braden Burries, who's AZ's freshman, who at the beginning of the season wasn't even in none of these lateral mocks. And then they had another freshman
Pete,
who, Pete, he was getting all the love early. Like he had moved in the top five discussion. In this mock, he ain't nowhere in the lotto, and Braden Burries is one pick ahead of Acuff,
ahead of what number?
9 and 10.
Yeah, Acuff. If Acuff was on the board at 10, that's gonna cost like six general managers their job.
But that's who
One, two,
they play this week, so they're gonna get to settle that on the court.
Arizona play Arkansas. Yeah, because Bradley too.
Arizona's PG.
Yeah, because they saying he not gonna be first round or he may be late first round, but they like he gonna have a 10-year career. There's like a coach is not gonna be able to cut him. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I feel like that's a more better matchup for A, not for A Cup, but I want to see A Cup against him more than I do against the freshman.
right, yeah, they're not really gonna guard each other. Burries
Right,
and Acuff.
right. Yeah, I would rather see him against Bradley because Bradley's that he a senior.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He got
right, right. That's the matchup I want to see. If A Cup cook him, he's my number two pick for sure. You know what I'm saying? Borderline, and now he looking at Ibonza like you like the tournament, right?
right. He's like, but I hit him for 36 on my way out.
Right. Nah, I did what I needed to do in my game. Now they blaming it on the rest of my squad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I outscored the rest of my squad combined. I had more than half our points.
Uh, uh. And that's another thing people are talking about because he got like 7 million NIL. And it was like this is becoming like NFL free agency. Like once you pay your QB, you can't fill out the rest of your roster. You know what I'm saying? They like, was that worth it? Or do you get like a couple dudes for 1 million? You know what I'm saying? Another $2 million. Like they could have got two or three dudes, quality dudes for what they paid him. You know what I'm saying? So now that's trickled down to the college level where you gotta spend your money wisely. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting together a prize pick parlay, like or FanDuel, where they give you a certain amount to build your lineup with.
Right. But they lost they like second best player to injury.
Right, right. Nah, that hurt them a lot. But I still think for the long run, they wondering. I mean, I still think the publicity was worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then he only stays for one.
Right.
Now you right back to square one. You know what I'm saying? Where you where you could have got two or three dudes for a couple million, that's probably gonna stay for a couple years.
Right. Nah, and they went to the Sweet 16 last year
Last year, right,
without
right,
all of that.
right. Nah, so that's what I'm saying. That's gonna make them think, was that worth it? But back to that mock draft. So they got 10 dudes listed.
Yeah.
Let me hear that.
Indiana with the one pick picks AJ DeBonsa.
So they got him one now.
Sacramento with the 2 pick takes Darren Peterson.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
What?
They take all the busts. Like all the busts go to Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? They've missed on so many dudes over the last few years
As we
with
was
they
talking
number.
about Marvin Bagley before the
Right,
show.
right. They took him over Luca. And
Right.
Vlade knew about Luca.
Mm.
But I think the year before they had taken a foreign dude that was a bust.
Uh,
And Vlade said he couldn't do that again.
gotta trust your feelings, Vladdy.
Nah, Vlade, if anybody would know about Luca, it was Vlade. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They was like
Because he's
Vlade
from
knew.
his country.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They said Vlade knew about Luca since he was a kid. But they had drafted some foreign player the year before that, or a couple years maybe, that didn't pan out. And Vlade was like, I can't do that. I got to give me an American player from Duke. Can't nobody complain about that.
And
Ain't
nobody
nobody gonna
did.
right exactly until a couple years later. It was like Vlade, you knew about him.
Third is Cameron Boozer to the Wizards.
Oh my God.
Fourth is Kingston Flemings from Houston
Mm,
to Brooklyn.
They got him going over A cuff, huh?
Caleb Wilson from Kakalaka goes to Utah in the fifth spot.
Mm,
Michael Brown from Louisville goes to Atlanta in the sixth. He another freshman PG.
right.
So they got
Two freshman PGs so far going ahead of A cup. That's
and
wrong.
Michael Brown didn't even play in the tournament. Like,
Oh, that's right. He got hurt in the conference tournament, right?
yeah, but it was a surprise when it was like he ain't playing. He missed a lot of games this year, and he was really on some Darren Peterson type shit. Like he was
Mm,
like, because it was even shit in the headlines. Like his family is telling him,
not to play.
"Wait till you completely healthy."
Because I thought during that game he was riding back and forth from the huddle on a scooter.
Mm, okay,
So
at
I
least
thought he was really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on, you know how people put when they have a cast or something on
one
their leg.
leg. Right, right, right.
He was
All
on
right.
that shit.
Hopefully, Nick Ament from Tennessee goes seventh. He ain't really
Mm,
shown everything I thought he was gonna show. I was on him early. I was like, yeah, he's nice.
right, nah, because he was getting pushed around in a tournament game.
Mm.
Like they kept mentioning how he's not as physically strong as he eventually will be. It was a couple times where, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now go, keep going.
Then Keaton Wagler from Illinois.
He another freshman.
Yeah, they
He
got
like
him.
6'6". They
They got,
giving him T. They giving him T Mac.
mm. But he real skinny too, right?
Right. Like T Mac.
But T Mac was more of a wing. They saying this dude is like a combo guard.
I feel like that's what T Mac was.
Mm.
6'6".
T Mac was taller than that, wasn't he?
Nah, well,
It don't matter.
right. This dude is 6'6", right?
I think so. Then yeah, Burries, then Acuff in the 10 slot.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder when that came out.
March 13th.
So a week ago. A little over a week ago. So
They
they
had
had already seen A Cup in the tournament, in they tournament.
they hadn't won it yet. The 13th was like a Friday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they was
Okay.
probably gonna play their chip.
That week, the next day.
Yeah.
So that's the only grace I can give them is maybe they hadn't seen that yet. But any scout that has seen A Cuff, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Yeah, I got him. I got him 3 off of all those dudes that you said after Ibanza and Peterson. I'm taking him third, but I mean that Boozer love is real. He gonna get overdrafted. You know what I'm saying? But after that, those 3, it's not. And I've seen most of those dudes a few times. You know what I'm saying? I don't vividly remember the dude from Louisville because I just remember him being on that scooter. And the last time I saw them play, who else was it that you said?
PG from Houston.
Oh, I seen him a lot, Fleming, and I like him, but Acuff got to go over him. He Dude is nice, but he more of a floor general PG.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? He probably only averaged 13 a game, but he hit a lot of big shots. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be good, but I think Acuff can be special. Like Houston got another freshman clinging or some shit, clinging.
right, a
He's
big.
supposed, yeah, he's supposed to be like lottery. But Sinak.
Oh, okay, yeah. He 13th to
Oh,
Charlotte.
yeah, Sinak. Yeah. So that's another. Well, I'm about to say that's another thing. Fleming don't have to do it all, but Acuff got that big man, right? Or is he at Alabama? Nah, Acuff got the light skinned big man.
Right,
So yeah, nah, Acuff got more shit around him too. I like that big man, yo. He probably ain't on there. He a senior though, I think.
right. Nah, he might get some first round lovage.
Right. Now I'm about to say he first round though, and he gonna help a squad. Nah, that's crazy. That's a crazy top 10 right there. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe they still sleeping on Acuff like that.
Yeah, I think most other mocks got him higher.
I was about to say, I wonder is there some kind of prop shit you can get on that? Because they be having it for the NFL draft for sure.
Mm,
Like what pick will the over under on what pick they'll be, you know what I'm saying? And if this dude projected him at 10, like nah. And again, Kingston Fleming is cool. Like, but he's not, I don't think he should go higher than A Cup. And then the dude from AZ,
right.
Burries or whatever, he's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's cool. But I'm not taking him over. Dude, A Cuff is like a cross between AI and Steph.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? AI and Steph, my nigga. Like, and that's saying a lot. Like how you were saying Peterson, the comparison to Peterson and Kobe, like, and A Cuff seemed like he could live up to his. That's the other part. Like his makeup is so nice. He from Detroit. Man, I really like his package. Like everything you want in a player. You know what I mean? He may not pan out. I don't know, but I'd rather bet on what he's offering than what Peterson is offering. You know what I mean? Like not knowing, the draft is a crapshoot. It doesn't always work out how it seems like it should work out. But man, it's hard for me to see how Acuff ain't gonna be a good NBA player. Good minimum to great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything you need. He can shoot efficiently, he can get to the hole, he don't turn it over, and he can dime. And they were speaking on how Calipari has so many guards in the league, PGs. They put a picture of his PGs up. I was like, damn, back to Memphis. I want to say he had Jalen Rose. I mean, Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, yeah.
And then all them guards from Kentucky, Shea, De'Aaron Fox. It was a whole list of dudes from Kentucky that he had.
Right.
And
Uh, Nah, because you said Fox, right?
Yeah. Shay,
And the light skinned cat from Phoenix.
Booker,
Right.
and they were saying Acuff is his best guard.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose he won an MVP.
He probably had Rajon Rondo too.
Right. Nah. Man. So that's the other part. Like he's coming from the pedigree, you know what I'm saying? Like people forget this is Patino coaching Arkansas.
Calipari.
Right. My bad. Calipari. Patino's on my mind because he's doing his same shit again at St. John's. You know what I'm saying? They spoke on that though, because there was another coach, Rick Barnes.
At Tennessee.
Right. They still alive, right?
Yeah.
Because they were saying how all these old coaches are having a renaissance because of
Mm.
the NIL shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they was like, now with the NIL, it makes the coaches more of a CEO again. Like them niggas ain't gotta hit the road recruiting all summer. You know what I'm saying? Because Patino even said, I don't even recruit high school players no more. I'm just buying the best players out the portal.
I saw that clip.
You
That
know
was,
what I'm saying?
that was killer.
So it's like for the older coaches, because that's what a lot of them get burnt out on. It's all summer. They on the you know what I'm saying? They on the road. They like I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I'm 70 something, but I can still coach X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, it's crazy that we getting to sit through this evolution of college hoop with this NIL. College football too. I mean, college sports in general, really. But to see what it's doing to hoop is crazy. I mean, the portal too. Like none of this shit was around when we played.
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I
It
think we
is.
spoke on it. We spoke on it a couple of times, probably around this time last year, because some shit was coming out where they was gonna make JC
Oh, not count.
right.
That didn't pass though.
It didn't.
Nah, it didn't. Cause I had that Jeff Keller. Remember I told you that comic that coaches football. I mentioned it to him, and he said it didn't pass. He's
Okay,
like,
because one of my boys reached out to his boy, who's the head coach at Fullerton JC,
mm,
and he was like, "Yeah, it was rumored, but it ain't fully a thing yet."
okay, right. His dude said they voted on it and it didn't pass. I don't know where was it. It wasn't on. Was it on a ballot, the election ballot, or was it just
I
like the
don't know.
board
I don't know. I remember feeling like it was a
done?
thing,
Right, nah, because I mentioned it to dude because he's a high school coach.
and some cats are still moving like it's a thing.
Mm.
Um,
Like these 4 years I'm at SMC ain't gonna count.
but
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
get to be a 22-year-old freshman
it's hard, dude. Like D3s are even.
coming up.
I mean, yeah, they don't have to. They don't have to recruit. I mean, they sometimes don't even. I mean, they don't have to necessarily recruit high school kids. Like
They in the portal.
they getting transfers. They getting
Wow.
JC dudes. Like
Uh,
we're
he
having a
said,
hard time getting our kids a look, and these is kids that 2 3 years varsity experience, playing high level basketball, good grades. I'm like, damn, we can't get you to Occidental,
uh,
Whittier, or something like that. And
wow, Redlands.
nah, I mean, Redlands is a monster right now at D3.
Is that right?
They damn near beat a D1 this year. And I told you I went to a Whittier game, and the
It
talent,
was.
yeah, the talent they got is it's crazy.
Mm,
D
wow. He said it's
D3,
all the way down to D3 now. Don't get it twisted. He said they ain't got to recruit high school kids. They getting 6'8" athletic transfers coming in. Like we gonna use this as our springboard.
Right. And exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna be at Cal.
Irvine next year. And then from there, I'm going to UCLA.
Right. Um, but yeah,
Because UCLA brought in a dude from New Mexico.
Donovan Dent. Yeah.
Right. Because that's where UCSD's coach went, right?
Right.
So he left to go to UCLA, the player.
Right.
I'm like, dude, this is such an incestuous world now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he wasn't balling for UCLA. He
Not
started
early.
to, right. He started to at the end, but that's how I knew his name because they was like, because Don McLean would come on the radio and be like, Dent needs to start playing like how UCLA paid him to play.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, he getting over $1 million a year. They paid him, you know what I'm saying? They paid him to come here and score. And I was like, damn, who is he? You know, that's what made me pay attention to Donovan Dent. And that's when I was like, oh, he came from New Mexico. I was like, that's where our coach just went.
Right. Nah. You saw Randy Bennett left left St. Mary's
He did?
to go to Arizona State.
No way. Is that right? When was this?
Today.
Um, oh my goodness. That's an earth shaker
It
in
is.
our world. Maybe not in the whole college basketball, but for our hoop orbit, man, that's a ballsy decision
After being at St. Mary's for
for
like
so long. That's like few. You know what I'm saying? Few never left.
right, but now Gonzaga's leaving.
The conference, but they moving up.
Right, to the Pac-12.
Right. So he's still, you know what I'm saying? He's not tripping. But for
Right.
Bennett, though, this is very Dan Munson-ish.
You think?
Yeah. Because Arizona State is not, they'll fire that nigga in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no, I mean, Bobby Hurley was probably there 10, but Bennett don't have no ties to that school. Like he gonna have to go there and perform. You know what I'm saying? Like Munson at Minnesota. Like he didn't last there long.
Right, but he wasn't at Gonzaga long either. Like,
He had turned Gonzaga into what they became, though. You know what I'm saying? He had made that's how he got the job.
right, but Bennett did that at St. Mary's, but stayed and was like, I'm gonna keep us what I turned us into. Like, who knows if Munson would have kept Gonzaga at what
You,
Mark Few has kept it at. Bennett
yeah,
was like, I can build it and I can maintain it. Like, I don't know that Munson showed that. He showed he could build it. He
but
didn't show.
before he could show he maintained it, he bounced.
Right.
That's going. Oh man,
Bennett
this
has
is going.
shown he can maintain it.
Well, that's what he's gonna have to do at Arizona State.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to low key build it. And see, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, I get it, because that conference without Gonzaga, because I mean, they were saying it at the end of when they was losing to Texas A&M. They was like, all right, so he's losing them 2 or 3 games with Gonzaga every year. He gonna have to fill them with like quad one, go on the
Type
road,
teams. Mm.
and that ain't easy to do.
Right. No, I could see it from that aspect. I didn't think about that when you were saying Gonzaga's leaving, the weakening their conference, and they not going nowhere, huh? Because some of them
UCSC
teams
is
was,
coming in.
mm, mm. Nah, I guess timing wise, it is probably a good time to bounce, knowing the landscape of the NIL and Arizona State's Big 12.
Yeah. But
But
he
the
has
pressure,
such a pipeline with foreigners. Like, I don't know,
does that continue?
and part of it is just he always been connected to Australia, of course, rap over there. Like, it's always been a low key Australian connection, really, from UCSD to Australia. Like, it's always been there, and now it's just funneled up to St.
St.
Mary.
Mary's.
And now
Right,
he's like out. He bringing in Europeans and all these
right.
bitches and Vicks and whatnot, and it's
Marcia Lunas' son.
right. And so, can that translate to the desert?
Right. I mean, it should be easier to get him in, but I don't know if that's how he was. I don't know what was attracting him to St. Mary's. Maybe that same thing will work at Arizona State. I just feel like Arizona State is more of a vagabond coaching job. Like, what coach do you really associate with that school?
You think he could have got a bigger job? Like you, in
Well,
years past, I felt like he was rumored for some bigger stuff.
hmm. I mean, and I won't even say bigger because they are Big 12. If you get it right there, you can do it. Like that, you can win a national championship from there. But I'm just saying Arizona State in particular, like it's a lot different environment and what you're gonna need to do to build than what he was doing at St. Mary's. I feel like if he had went to a similar school to St. Mary's, I could see it more. I just feel like this puts him at a way more volatile variancy. You know what I'm saying? Where he was at St. Mary's, it was like this. It was, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere. Like it's very balanced. Now it's like, woo, woo, you could win it or you could get fired. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then what?
Right. Then he just retires. He like, all right, cool. I'm done anyway.
Nah, I mean, I get, yeah, and I guess that's another factor is how he's aging. He getting older. Like, if you're gonna take a shot, it's got to be now or never. You know what I mean? So, okay, I mean, there are reasons to make the move, and I'm not saying it's a bad move. I'm just saying it's a volatile move. It's a high variant move. Like he not going from one secure place to another secure place. He going from one secure place to where if it don't work, you're gonna get fired. If it worked, you could possibly win a national championship. You know what I'm saying? But like Arizona State, I mean, I don't know. That don't seem like a final resting spot for players or coaches. You know what I'm saying? That seems like a place that's, very fluid with that kind of activity. And Bennett has not been involved in that. Like, it ain't like he been at 2, 3 jobs. It ain't like he been hunting to move up. He stayed there for 20 damn near.
Right. And in that conference for probably 30. Like he was in that conference when we was in school. He was at
Oh, right,
USD.
right,
And he was either at Pepperdine before that or he left USD and went to Pepperdine. Like he been all
right.
over that conference.
I forgot about that. I'm just thinking of his time at St. Mary's.
Right.
Nah, that's crazy. He said you heard Bennett took the job at Arizona State. Ooh,
Right.
I wish him luck. If he turned that around, I mean, again, he can win there.
Nah, it's gonna be. I mean, because Kansas ain't going nowhere. Arizona ain't going nowhere. Houston ain't going nowhere.
Right now, the Big 12 is loaded.
It is, but it's underperforming in this count. And they only got three in the Sweet 16.
The
The
Big
Big
10 is the one.
the Big Ten got like six.
Yeah, they the ones that came up. You know what I'm saying? in this tournament. Iowa.
Right.
There's like a
Nebraska.
middling. There's a middling Big Ten team and winner knocked off a 1 seed. That's what you thought the Big 12 would be doing.
Right. Right.
Nebraska's Big 12 though, right?
Nah, they Big Ten.
Oh damn. Okay.
It's
Because
a
they play
all
each other.
right. It's an all Big Ten matchup.
And they were saying how much those two states hate each other.
Yeah.
They was like, that's gonna be a headbanger on that aspect alone. Like
Right.
Iowa and Nebraska do not like each other. Wow, that's crazy,
Like they
Randy.
would obviously much rather be in Chicago, but Houston is close enough, and Nebraska's gonna travel. Like them fools.
Especially for this.
Right. I mean, they came out. It's a trip because one of my boy's nephews plays for Nebraska. He don't really get no run. He nice though. Like the fact
Mm.
that he can't get no run.
Let you know they loaded.
Um, but when they came out here to play SC and UCLA, he hit me like, "You want to go to the game?" I was like, "Hell yeah, Nebraska SC, hell yeah!"
Mm.
And then he hit me back a couple hours later, like, "Damn, I can't get no tickets." And I was like, "Hell nah," because half of the state is trying to come to LA. Like they get to come out here for SC, UCLA, LA, sunny weekend. Like, please. They
Uh,
come. And they did. Like they took over Galen Center, they took over Pauley.
oh, is that right? Uh,
They took over the shit this weekend. Like,
they little pie. Was that in Dago?
nah, that was in Oklahoma City.
Uh, okay, which is not far.
Right. They said 400 miles, I want to say.
Right. Well, that was their first ever tournament win.
Right, which is crazy.
I know they had never won a tournament game, yo.
They was the last power conference school to win a tournament game.
Damn. Nah, so like, I mean, but then they got a cool draw though, Iowa.
Right.
And again, that's someone, huh?
I said instead of Florida.
Right. Nah. Someone kept making that point like these are not Cinderellas. Texas is not a Cinderella. Iowa is not a Cinderella. You know what I'm saying? They just have low seeds, but they were saying these squads got hella NIL budgets. They they known schools, you know what I'm saying? So it was like you can't even call them Cinderella, yo. Like Texas is, you know what I'm saying? Texas is Texas. They spending more in NIL than, you know what I'm saying, some of these 1 seeds. They just got a low number by their name. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Iowa. Like Iowa ain't no damn Cinderella. You know what I'm saying? They spending that Big Ten money like everybody else. Because they were saying it was one squad. I guess they didn't even make the tournament this year. But Cowherd was talking about how he be talking to their coach. And he was like, their coach said that he has $150,000 to spend in NIL. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, dude, like, you can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we're not even going after the same caliber player. Like it's some niggas, they getting that by themselves. He
Right.
gotta put a whole roster together with that. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? He was like that. He didn't say who the coach was or the school, but he was like, it's a mid-major. He said, if I say their name, you'll have heard of them, but they didn't make the tournament this year. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn, that makes it the haves and the have-nots. You're not gonna get no McDonald's dude if you only can spend 150 on your whole team. Like they gonna want that, you know what I'm saying? Like Ibanza.
Right.
Like
Per game.
right. He said per game. He like you Ibanza like y'all can't even recruit me with that budget. Like I don't even want to get letters from y'all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You gonna spend that flying my family to your
Right.
school?
On the PJ.
Right.
That's man, that's mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? That certain colleges can't even recruit certain players because we
Yeah.
can't pay y'all. Back in the day, you could still send a dude a letter. You know what I mean? Like, we know you ain't coming, but damn, we at least can feel like we still in the game like everybody else. Now
Right.
it's like, dude, the bidding starts at 2 million.
Right.
If you ain't even in that ballpark, I'm saying, don't even call us. That's just crazy to think, man.
Right. Um,
These dudes be 1 year out of high school, and some of them probably getting it in high school. So it's hard for me to believe these coaches is just starting to pay them as they get on their campus, and they've been recruiting them for 2, 3 years.
right. Nah, they for sure getting in high school.
Man,
It's
can you
still
imagine?
it's still they name, image, and likeness. They like it's
Right,
still mine. What I got to
right,
go to college to have a name, image, and a likeness?
right. Ain't no rules against that.
Right. So
Man, that's just mind-boggling to me. I couldn't even. I mean, I guess that's how every generation is, but I couldn't even fathom playing in this system. Like it's so player friendly. When we was growing up, it was everything was for the institution and the coaches. Every rule was pointed in their direction. Like we was, you know what I'm saying? We was pawns in the whole game. Now we actually a piece that can make its own moves. Like now I don't want to go over there. I'm going over here. You know what I'm saying? Before they kept throwing out that you're getting a scholarship, like you know what I mean, for your education is being paid for, which really it always even wasn't. The moment you stop playing, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But now they can transfer freely. They getting paid all the way down to the high school level. Like they've taken the power away from the administration and the coaches
Right.
and slapped it clearly in the hands of the player.
Right. And to the point of even coming back from the pros, like
Oh, damn, right. Dude's trying to get back into college. Now, I think that's where you got to cross the line, though.
it seems like that's what they're gonna do.
Right. You can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything you want to do before you become a pro, all that, we made everything damn near legal for y'all. You can do all of that. But once you get to the league and you play games in the league, that's it. Because then you really opening Pandora's box. I mean, it's already kind of open with these foreigners being able to come over and play after they played over there for, you know what I'm saying, professionally. Like they need to do something about that because then it's like, all right, well then I won't go to the NBA. I just go over there if that's going to allow me to come back to college. You know what I'm saying? So even that needs to be fixed. But yeah, uh, it was due from Sierra Canyon too, huh? That was
Um,
trying to do it.
Amari Bailey. I had never
Right.
heard about him. You told me about him trying to do it.
It's somebody else?
Yeah, it was a big dude from Alabama that played a few games.
Uh, then they told him he couldn't? Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, the other squads in the SEC was
Outraged
mad about it. His name
as
was
they should be.
Bediako, Charles Bediako.
Oh, yeah. He played in the league?
I don't know if he played. I don't think he played. He might have been. He was G League.
Okay. Even that though, you know what I'm saying? They playing against professional grown men in that league.
He played 5 games
For Arkansas?
for Alabama.
For Alabama. Uh, 'cause Alabama lost like they second leading scorer, right?
Right, on some bullshit.
On the marijuana charge.
Okay.
He had 2 pounds on him
Mm,
because they still alive.
they are. I took them.
They
I
play
like.
Texas Tech.
Nah, well now they play I wanna say Michigan. They have 4 seed. They play one of the ones.
Mm,
Yeah, they play Michigan.
okay. I think that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah,
I don't know if they can beat Michigan without that they second best player. Michigan's loaded.
right. Um, but yeah, shit. What's up? So last time we was on, the Lakers was just starting a 6 game road trip. They had started with a win in Houston last Monday.
Right. And they was playing Houston on the second game of the back to back, or not back to back, but they was playing Houston 2 games in a row.
Right, and we
And he
got some
was
predictions.
right now. And I'm glad to say my predictions was wrong.
You
Because
said
I was saying we probably gonna lose the back to back to Houston to try to get the win in Miami. And we ended up getting them both.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was Orlando, who we thought was a dub that we ended up
You
getting.
did. I questioned that. I was like, yeah, that's. I questioned whether we was gonna get Orlando or not. But
Mm,
we did.
right. And then Detroit, I said a loss in that one, and I hadn't realized at that point when we was talking that Cade had been out.
Mm.
So I had switched mine over to a win after I found out Cade was out, and we ended up losing. But shit, after stealing that one in Houston and getting the one in Miami, it was like, at some point we gonna lose. We on a road trip. This ain't like we at home. You know what I'm saying? Because we were saying 3-3 on the road trip.
Right.
And you was like, at this point, all that means is we got to beat Orlando and Indiana because we had already won one game.
Right.
So now we looking at coming back 5-1. I mean, nobody predicted that going in.
Yeah, and I saw some on ESPN where they was. I don't know if it was JJ. Lakers laud resiliency in losing effort to Pistons. So somehow or another, they saying even though we lost tonight, there was some shit in there that
We could
just
hang our hats on.
playing without Marcus Smart, Rui Hachimura.
Mm.
But I mean, obviously, them not having Cade, but
Hey,
um, nah,
and they the 1 seed.
right,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We had penciled that as a loss.
right,
And it was crazy because after the back to backs with Houston, or the 2 games in a row with Houston, everyone was saying that Miami game was a scheduled loss. That day leading up to that game, they was like, "Yeah, the Lakers are gonna lose this game." Like they didn't get into 4 a.m. Like they was breaking down all the reasons why they just not gonna have no legs for this game, and they came out like that. Like Miami jumped out, you know what I'm saying? But then the Lakers just kept grinding. That's why it's like, dude, they showing something. They showing a little grit that they haven't had for the last year or two. You know what I'm saying? Again, none of it can really be solidified as this is who y'all are until the playoffs. Because y'all was doing this shit last year. It was a little different season, but y'all ended up being the 3rd seed last year. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we discussed this last time. It's not playoffs or bust, but playoffs is where it's going to be decided. Have y'all really gotten better than last season?
yeah. You would thought Saturday would have been the schedule loss just because I think they stayed. So they played Thursday night in Miami. Then they stayed in Miami. I think Thursday night and Friday night,
Uh,
and then had the game in Orlando on
Orlando.
Saturday.
Mm,
So people were saying like I guess this they called it the Miami flu or whatever, and
right. They gonna be clubbing for 2 days.
Luka especially.
Nah, and
You
I
ain't
mean they
got no
probably
discipline.
did,
Right. But
but
Luke
they
came out.
right hit for game. I mean that was a great trade. You know what I'm saying? We got him for Gabe Vincent. Like Gabe wouldn't even been on the floor at that point. JJ wouldn't have had enough confidence to have him out there in that moment. Now, a lot of this shit is coming together like championship teams do. You know what I'm saying? Not saying this is a championship team, but this is how that shit gels together like that. You make a small little mid-season move that no one really pays attention to. Everyone's falling in their role. Like I'm loving what LeBron has finally took that step back. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do all the little shit. You know what I mean? He's he's taking 15 shots or less. Like he had a streak of like 7 or 8 games where he's taking 15 shots or less, and he had never done that in his career.
Mm,
It's 21 years. You know what I'm saying? He's been putting up at least 15 shots. So, and then his scoring didn't really dip. He became more efficient. He's
right.
still getting his dub with those 15 shots, where he would take 30 or 25 shots to get that same dub. Now it's like, dude, to get your dub, you got to be more efficient with these shots. You can't just come down and yank up threes like you used to. That's for Luka and Austin to do. They're the only ones that get to do that now. Your shit got to be post, lobs, you know what I'm saying, putbacks. You can still get a dub, but get it grimy.
Right. And I didn't know Sengun. Sengun didn't play that first game against the Lakers last week, but he
Right,
did
but he
play
came
the
back
second.
for the second one. Yeah.
So now Houston's now in the sixth seed.
And it's crazy because we going to play one of those three teams. We going to play Denver, Minnesota, or Houston first round.
Right now it would be Houston. And
Right.
Houston got enough of a lead on Phoenix where I feel
Nah, it
like
ain't gonna be Phoenix. It's gonna be Denver, Minnesota, or Houston. That's the three.
I feel
And
like
we own the
Houston's not gonna catch Denver. I mean, they're only a half game back, but I feel like Denver and Minnesota are trending one direction.
and Houston trending in the other. And we got the tiebreaker over all three.
Right.
Now, I think Houston's the one I would want to see at this point too. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the other two to no avail. So let's try Houston. We would have home court. They don't have a PG. I feel like that's the series we can get out of.
Right. And then this game against the Heat. So Luca had 60 against who? He had 60 against the
The
Heat.
Heat. He had 40 the game before that. Who was that?
That would have
The
been
second Houston game.
right.
Because he had a note in 2 games.
Mm. 18 out of 30 from the floor, 9 from 17 from three.
Damn. That's over 50%. Nah,
Bam,
because he 20.
Bam had 28. Which brings us to corrections and retractions.
Oh yeah, I love it. You got the segues. You killing it with the segues today because I've been off. But
Uh,
nah, because
uh,
you brought up Bam because we was talking about the list last time. And I'm gonna say I was so dismissive of Michael Thompson. I mean, David Thompson being on the list. I was saying how that's similar to Bam. You know what I'm saying? And Rich Clay, shout out to Rich Clay. He one of our big listeners, but he gave me a call to check me on David Thompson's place on that list. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying how like for a good chunk of time, David Thompson was like Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He at NC State, he beat UCLA to end their long streak of winning it.
he right. Ended they 7 year. They streak us. They 7-peat. They was going
Right,
for an 8-peat.
right. And he was the dude, him and his NC State squad ended that. Then he had some cool, he was, I think, rookie of the year in the ABA.
Right.
and then had some cool years in the NBA.
Skywalker,
Right.
cool ass nickname.
But had game though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like that's the thing. Like because I felt like I knew him more as a dunker. You know what I'm saying? But what Rich was trying to point out was no, he had game. Like, well, he's a Hall of Famer.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Which Bam is not. You know what I mean? And we don't know if Bam is quite on that trajectory. So Rich Kid was making the point that for people that know, David Thompson doesn't look crazy on that list. You know what I'm saying? For people of a certain basketball experience, he fit on that list. He was saying Bam is the one that stands out on that list. You know what I'm saying? Bam was just an average player. Well, a good player. Not a first team NBA and not on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to make sure I cleared that up. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I was being real dismissive of David Thompson, and Rich Clay brought to my attention how, you know what I'm saying? Nah, he if you saw him play, he didn't look funny on that list. You know what I'm saying? Like how we think Bam looks funny on that list. Like
right.
before Bam being on there, David Thompson was not the one to say shouldn't be on this list.
Because he was going for a scoring title that night. Like it was the last
Oh,
game of the season.
that's right.
And this story always comes up in the regard of who he was going against, which was the Iceman.
Uh,
I mean, how dope was that? It's the Iceman versus Skywalker.
right.
Uh,
Man, some all-time nicknames.
and David Thompson's game was first, last game of the season on April 9th, my nigga.
Oh wow, on my birthday. That's crazy. And
April
it's
9th.
crazy how quick the seasons would be over.
I mean, we're still in about that same range.
Are we?
This was last game of the last game of the NBA last game of the season was April 9th. Now it's probably like April
30th.
23rd. Oh, is it?
Okay, right. Okay.
But yeah, he was going for the scoring record and he played first that day and he needed to get a certain amount of points to get the scoring record and then George Gervin had a game later that night. So David Thompson did what he did, got 73. He's like, "All right, I'm the scoring champ." Like, but George Gervin knew he needed to go and get like 63.
Right. And he did.
Right.
So he
And
didn't get a
so,
70 piece, but he got enough to keep his scoring title.
right. And, it's not, history doesn't cast a questioning eye at, damn, David Thompson versus George
Right.
Gervin. Like, it was like, I get that. Like, that don't
Right.
sound
Out of the
crazy.
ordinary. Right.
But, Bam is never going to get a scoring title. He's never going to be in a running for a scoring title.
Right. Or never has been.
Right. So nah, David, and I pulled up that list because I was talking about the
Most efficient game.
most ethical.
Oh, right.
And I guess it's been 16 70-point games or over. And Wilt, so the least ethical was Wilt, had 73. Second least ethical was Wilt, had 78. Third least ethical was Elgin Baylor, who had 71. Why was this unethical? He was chasing history. Oh, because at this point he did this. This was before Wilt. Shit, this was damn near before Wilt was in the league.
Mm.
So when he scored 70, that was the all-time
Number
record.
one. Right. Damn.
The
And
next
why
one,
was it unethical?
they don't really say. Baylor, like Wilt, wasn't looking to pass in this game, and the outcome seemed pretty certain before he passed 70. So um, a 15-point win over the Knicks. Took him 48 field goal attempts to get there. So 70 on 48 shots. ain't dope. He was 28 of 48, so he shot over 50%.
50%. Yeah.
1 assist, 15 out of 19 from the line. So yeah, that don't sound largely unethical to me.
Right. He didn't shoot a gang of throws.
Right. But yeah, to go all the way down to the most ethical 70-point game was Luca. So I did remember that correctly.
Mm. Where
Uh,
was Kobe's?
Kobe was second.
Okay.
Third was Donovan Mitchell. I don't think we mentioned him. You might have mentioned that he got 70, but his was third most ethical.
Book.
Fourth was Dame Lillard. He
Mm.
was the only one that had double digit assists in a 70-point game.
Right.
They gave the 100-point game the fifth most ethical.
Mm. Right in the middle.
His team was intentionally fouling to get him more possessions.
Oh, Will?
63 shots, 32 free throws, blowout win. I don't know why this is the fifth most ethical.
Oh, so they were fouling to get him the possession. I knew they were fouling him too. They were
Right,
doing hacker will. That's why he shot so many. But I didn't know his team was fouling too to get the ball back. That's what Bam and them was doing.
right. And then David Thompson's game was the sixth most ethical.
Only because he was doing it for a scoring title.
Yeah, and they saying he was third player in the league to do it. He was a 6'4" wing doing something that only Wilt and that Wilt had done several times and Elgin Baylor once. And they saying Elgin played a lot bigger than 6'5". So I mean, it's just kind of he was the first guard,
And so that makes it unethical.
or mostly ethical.
Mm,
He
uh,
ranks
uh,
he
mm.
ranks sixth
Okay, right, right,
on the ethical list.
right.
And Bam,
Nah,
Joel Embiid is seventh. He
and
had
he scored 70?
yep, January 22nd, 2024.
Wow. I don't remember that.
70 points, 18 rebounds.
Mm.
Um, Wilt again. Where is Bam's? David Robinson, 71 is the 10th. So it's right in the
Most
middle.
most ethical. I remember he did that for a scoring title.
Right. That Shaq ended up taking from him anyway.
Right. On some David Thompson type shit.
Right. Well, maybe it was. This is saying he won the title.
Oh, he did. So he probably passed Shaq.
But yeah, Bam's is the fifth most unethical.
Mm.
So
Nah. Well,
shout out
yeah.
to Clay. Thanks for schooling the young fellas.
Right. Nah. I needed that because I mean, again, we go back. Our history is pretty deep, but I hadn't seen David Thompson play in his prime like that. So to have somebody be like, "Hey, wait a minute," because Rich was like, he was his favorite player. David Thompson was his favorite player. He's like, I'm not saying he was the best player of that generation or that's who I would start my squad with, but he was my favorite player. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was doing a lot of listening, more listening than I was talking when he was breaking that down. I was like, okay, fill me in then. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
But yeah, shit, now my computer's about to die.
Mine ain't too far behind you.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we probably should wrap it up here. But yeah, man, thanks everybody that been tuning in. Thank you, Rich Clay, you know what I'm saying, for your viewership and for the schooling that you gave us. And subscribe, man. Subscribe for us, please. If you're still watching, just hit the subscribe button, like, share, help us get these views up. You know what I'm saying? And thank y'all, man. I'm Kareem. That's my boy Rod, and we out in 1 second.